Okay, hey guys. My experiment is going to tell us which type of lamp shades or lamp covers on lampposts would work best to producing the less light pollution. Sorry. Um, so I have two different shades. One is more narrow at the top, but hold on, yeah. One is more narrow at the top, but at the bottom it has a much wider radius, and then the one on the bottom has a slightly bigger top radius, but a much smaller end radius. Alright, so I'm using I don't know what watt it is, but it's one of the power saver bulbs. And this is one way that you can help stop, not really light pollution, but it can help with electricity costs and things like that. So if you're using the old light bulbs, then you really should try and think to switch towards these, because these are a lot more energy efficient. But that's not why we're here. We're here to test on light pollution. So first off, let's see how the room looks without any shade. Okay, ready? Alright. So from what I can see from the camera, the longer that the camera is staring at this light, man, that's bright. The longer that the camera is staring at this light, the darker the screen gets. Hold on, let me just point this down. Alright, there we go. Well, not so much, yeah, see? Alright, the point is so that the chair that you see, we're going to kind of think of this as a desk, okay? And the point is so that the line, is so that the light shines down and only shines on the desk, nothing else. Now, as you can see, the light is really bright. So in which case you can barely see anything else except for that light and the back of the chair. And this is what we call glow. And that is a type of light pollution where the light is so bright and reflective that you can barely see anything else except for this light. So that's with it without any shade, and that's not good. Alright. Now, alright, now we're going to start off with the bigger shade first. As you can see, it has a much, it has a, not really a big, but not really a small, so it's kind of an in-between top radius. And then as you can see, it has a extremely huge end radius. So let's see how this looks on the lamp. Okay, well, from what I can see here, I can see that there is still a lot of glowing up top by the light. You can barely see anything else in the room, but you can see the chair a lot better, and especially the part the seat of it, which would be like your desk. So yeah, so this one is a lot better with only no shade. So this one is good, but it still has a lot of glowing up by the light. Alright, this off. Alright, now this is our second shade, and as you can see from the first shade, this one has a slightly bigger top radius, and on the bottom, as you can see, it has a extremely smaller end radius. So I wonder how this will affect us. So let's look and see. Alright, so what I can see here, I actually see a bigger range of glowing up on the top, and you still can barely see anything in the background, but the chair seems to still look exactly perfect. You can see the end of the lamp, you can see the desk, you can see the remote. So yeah, it looks good. So what I'm thinking is, if we could combine these two lamps to where we could have the top radius have really actually we can keep the radius as it is, but maybe if we could put a cover over it like this, so that way it's not really shining on the roof too much, and it's just pointed straight down. So that would work. And then I also think, for improvements, if the shade, instead of being kind of a brownish where the light can shine out, maybe if the shade was a darker color like black, that would probably keep the light from escaping out the sides and just shooting down. But the fact that the bottom radius is a lot smaller, it shows that it is a lot more focused on the actual object that we're looking at and not the other parts of the room. So, yeah. Alright, oh yeah, there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that's this. Hold on, let me see if you guys can see it. Just step in front of here. Alright. This lamp, the battery does not really work that well, or the bulb, but as you can see here, it's got a enclosed covering here, and it's black, not white or see-through, and it's metal. The shades on those are like paper. So it's metal. It comes all the way down. It's curved. It's not really like down here much, but it's still curved. So it being that way, the light cannot go up. As I said, and since the lamp post is not aimed down more, then it gives the light an opportunity to go out and up, but not as easily. And so, and since the lights are pointed down, then that would take care of the light being able to go up and into the sky. So my conclusion of this project is that maybe if we could combine all three different types of those shades to make one specific shade, then it would work. As I said, we need to have a closed covering and not open. It needs to be metallic or wood, not paper. It needs to be aimed downward and a dark color such as black. So I don't have a shade like that right now, except for the lamp that I just showed you. But I think if we had a lamp covering that was specifically like that, and the importance is that it's aimed down, then we would have a lot less light pollution being able to point into the sky, and it would just show the specific spot that needs to be lit. Because in this room, I think we have about 5 different lights, and those 5 different lights are on like all the time. And the fact of that is that it's really bright in here, and as you can see with that one lamp alone, it's just completely bright. So you need to have a lampshade that's pointed down, not paper, and a dark color, and try to keep it at a minimum of 2 lamps or less in your room or house or area of your house, and that would produce a lot less light pollution, especially outside for street lights and that type of thing. And there actually is an organization that is spreading the lights, or they're creating a program of where they have a lit area for the whole town. So basically it's one piece of property that has a whole bunch of lights and stuff, so it all spreads out instead of a whole bunch of lights in one row, so that the lights overcross, and we don't need that. Alright guys, well, that's the end of my project. I think it went well, and I can't really say if my hypothesis was right or not, because as you saw, there was flaws in both lamps. But if I were to give it an answer, I said that the smaller radius would win, but I actually think that would be a yes, because the smaller the radius is, the harder it is for the light to go up and out of the shade. But in order to be perfect, the top needs to be covered and not open. Alright guys, that's the end of my project. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and yeah.